want to ask you one question about the election results. Very close election, but striking the demographic divides that it revealed about the country. The Republican voters, frankly, look a lot like us. I mean, look around this room. It was middle-aged white males. The Democratic voters, overwhelming majorities among Latinos, among Asians, among African Americans, among young people, among unmarried women. What does that mean? What does that say about the country? Is that a good thing? Is it something we should be worried about?
It says we got to do a better job.
We your
Republicans,
party.
We've got to reach out more to young women, and there's no reason why we can't get a better vote in the Hispanic community and in the Asian community.
You maybe have to accept the fact that rape is not a good campaign issue.
That's not a good thing. Right. I mean, my buddy, former governor of Mississippi, said we lost seats in the Senate because we had, I'm cleaning it up, we had crappy candidates. That hurts.
So one of the most interesting numbers to me, maybe not surprisingly, in the exit polls, was that President Obama defeated Governor Romney among self-described moderates by 15 points. So this is an expression, and you could ask a lot of complicated questions about who are they, but because a lot of people would say President Obama is least center-left, right? But it's all comparative. And compared to Governor Romney, and I think really the Republican Party, including those statements that Aiken and Murdoch made, seemed like they were far off from the center.
Yeah.
And I also think, so I'm an independent, I can give advice to both parties.
And they don't have to take it.
Yeah, right, and they don't have to take it. The party of Ronald Reagan and Jack Kemp, the party of upward mobility, that didn't seem to be the Republican Party this year. And now maybe it was because of this very effective attack campaign against Mitt Romney, Bain Capital, 47%, all that stuff. But I think Hispanics and Asians, and a lot of women, didn't vote for the Republican Party, not just if you're Hispanic because you think they're anti-immigrant, but because it didn't seem like the kind of party that was going to create a country in which you were going to have a chance to rise. It seemed, by their own statement and really also by the definition Democrats gave them, as a more exclusive club. And, and if Republicans don't change that, their future is...
I think Paul Ryan could have helped with that if he'd have been allowed to be out there a little bit more. I mean, he was a Jack Kemp disciple.
I mean, I think it's remarkable that we could re-elect an African-American president with the name of Barack Hussein Obama at a time when you had almost 9% unemployment and the country was suffering economically. Now, that tells you something about who he was running against. And I'm not talking about the person particularly. I frankly think Romney was an attractive candidate. But it tells you something about what the people perceived his party represents. And I think he was partially defined in the Republican primaries. I don't think he ever really fully recovered from the damage that some of it self-inflicted, that when he was moving so far to the right, when he got to the general election, he couldn't erase that.
But he didn't have any choice, did he?
That's right.
He didn't have any choice.
The primary system forces you.
Well, we saw what John Huntsman did. He was the moderate. He didn't even get out of the
He was hopping around 2%. He may have pushed towards 3%.
So there's something basic, I think, going on in the Republican Party that's unhealthy for the country. I mean, Trent Lott. Trent Lott is not comfortable, I think, with some of the right of that party, and
I want to deal with that.
I don't know when I became an establishment moderate.
Well, you are an establishment moderate. Yeah.